Hi everybody, Llewellyn here with Worn to Whimsy. Today we are going to be recreating this painting right back here behind me. So this is part one of it's going to be 5 days. We are going to be working on putting this sky on a dresser. I've got it kind of divided up. We're going to go sky and then land and then sky and then land. Thanks for watching with me today. I'm really excited to do this. I've been waiting and prepping for it, so we're pretty much all ready to go. This is the dresser we're going to be working on, and I just have all my brushes over here. I'm going to grab those, and if you are painting along today, what I did, I know a few of my followers were saying they wanted to paint along, so I'm just going to lower it down. Make sure you guys can see this dresser, and I'll kind of show you. I have all my little paints open right over here. So we're going to be doing this, and the sky in here. Basically today we're going to get our background in. We're going to blend all these pretty colors together, and we're going to get that part all started and ready to go. I do a lot of these paint tutorials and stuff, and I transfer a lot of my paintings onto furniture. And I'm just gonna grab a brush. Any brush will do. Today I am using the Dixie Belle. I think this is the small oval. Yes. So it's just the little oval one. I'm gonna grab a cloth so I can get the paint off my brush. And I'm also gonna be using a sprayer. So I've got my spray bottle. In the corners, I really started with cobalt blue. And I'm just giving my furniture a little bit of a spritz. I don't want it to be runny, but I do like to have a little bit wet. Okay, so I'm starting with cobalt in the corners. And what I did was I kind of blended as I went along. Cobalt has got to be like one of my absolute favorite colors. It dries really pretty too. You see that bright blue there? And I'm gonna be putting quite a bit of paint on this. Let's move you all in just a little bit. There we go. And I'm moving into pure ocean. Okay, and I'm still just blending in that sky. And this is aubergine, so it's a deep dark purple. And I think I'm going to jump over to my amethyst, which is a brighter purple. And I'm going back in with some pure ocean. And it's a really pretty, bright, ocean colored blue. So day 3, we will come back through this, and we're gonna lighten it with some of our apricot color, and with this one, and sort of make the bottoms of the clouds where the sunset might be hitting them. I'm gonna get, I haven't put any peony in here yet, so I'm gonna get a little bit of that. Back into Cobalt for this corner. And I am using the same brush. And I pretty much just use up all of one color and move on and dip it in the next. And the color that I'm going to use to really lighten is, I used Apricot. That was like my whiter color. So I think I'm going to add a tiny bit of that now. Okay, I'm going in also with, this is peony, so this is like a really bright pink. And I kind of wanted to get some of these colors in here while it was still wet. And day 3, I will go back in and I'll do it once this is all dry so they're not so blendy. And I'll add some more pops of color and the drippiness that I added to my painting that I really liked. And just kind of blend some more colors in with it. We won't cover up everything that we've done today, you know, because it's a good start. But we'll just kind of continue it, but you can start to see it. So I always missed it a little bit. You might not have seen it at the beginning, but you can always go back and watch. I misted it by piece, ever so slightly, and then I misted it kind of as I go along. So that's how I keep it sort of, I keep it damp and workable, and then it's not clumping up. And I use very little paint. Dixie Belle goes a long way, so you can see it covers really, really well. I'm gonna lower the camera now because we're gonna do this part. So for this painting, my horizon line, I knew it was going to be a little lower than halfway because the main focus of my painting was the sky. And you guys can see that sky really well now. It's starting to dry and come together. We'll be adding more light blues and dark blues and drips and some more of that apricot in and kind of dry brushing it in there to make more wispy clouds. But that's going to be the third session for this piece. Okay, so I'm spraying my brush because it has all those colors in it. And I'm just using a towel to get most of the color out. And we're gonna go down here is pretty much all pure ocean. Maybe a little hint of Dixie Belle blue as it got towards the center because it was a bit lighter. But most of that part is pure ocean. I'm going to spray this center part because I'm going to blend down as we go along. And I'm just using, for the moment, Dixie Belle Blue, Pure Ocean, and maybe a hint of cotton. And I do like to use a lot of colors. Okay, so in the center here, as it went down towards the land, it got lighter. So we're going into some lighter blues right here. This is Pure Ocean. Looks good. And I'm keeping that pretty wet because I am working on blending it. And I'm going to blend it down into Dixie Belle Blue, which is very sky colored blue. And like I said before, I'm using just the littlest bit of paint. I'm not going in far enough to really leave much behind in my paint bottle. So usually I just grab it straight out of the paint bottle, especially when I'm like kind of in that creative zone. And I don't bother to stop and pour paint out. And then my center was even lighter, so that's where the cotton comes in. Just the littlest bit, and we are blending it right in. And if you guys have ever blended on furniture, I mean, that's kind of what this is. It's a lot of blending. And sort of thinking out where you're, you know, like blending with a purpose. Thinking out where you're gonna leave a little bit more versus a little bit less as you go along. I hope that some of you try this. I mean, I try to be as straightforward as possible, but that was a little bit more detailed piece to paint, but I think we can get it on this dresser pretty easily. So I think we've pretty much got our sky in there for today. I know I did have like a center of this part. I might put some of that blue, since it's on my brush, right in here, because in my inspiration painting above, I kind of had like a break in the clouds where you could sort of see the sky, and you could see the sky over here too. But we'll be going through all of that again. Tomorrow, we're gonna add in, all of this is gonna be land down here. And I totally forgot to send one of the colors in. It's collard greens. And I have it blended with aubergine for my land, and then just a little bit of like cotton and some of the blue colors for some water down here. So we'll be going right over here. We'll make some little hills, and then we'll put a little lake scene sort of thing down here. So I'll have the camera a little bit lower, and I'll be sitting on the ground again. But that is it for our sky so far. We'll get back to that on day 3. Let's see if I can move you up. Yeah, we're just slowly moving through it. With the 5-day process, I have a little bit longer to work on it. I like what we've done so far. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.